It's like almost 8 in the morning on February 20th, 2023, and it's President's Day. It's Monday, and I'm headed out to Santa Cruz with a specific goal of going and being a little foamer over the Roaring Camp Railroad. It's a former logging railroad that runs steam locomotives in the redwoods, so that should be fun. So my first step is to hop on Caltrain that's going to take me to San Jose. So I made it to San Jose, and now it's time to transfer to the Highway 17 Express. Today it's in a glow floor that's going to take me all the way to Santa Cruz, and unfortunately I have to fork over 14 bucks in cash. The 8th train showed up. And so I've made it to Santa Cruz. This is beautiful Highway 17 and Pasatiempo Drive. And I'm walking across the highway right now to get to the other side. Because, you know what, I'll explain this after I get over the highway. Okay, now that I'm across the highway, basically I'm here in Santa Cruz to transfer to the Route 35 off of the 17. And normally, like the last time I rode the 35 off of the 17, I could transfer at the Scotts Valley Transit Center, which almost all Highway 17 Express trips service, except the one I rode apparently. So here I am transferring because this is the one other transfer point before you get to the Metro Center that I can switch from the 17 to the 35. And I'm going to take the 35 to Felton, and from Felton I'm going to go look at some steam trains. one of the weirdest bus stops I've ever seen. Good luck getting back into traffic. So, I am off of the 35 now. There's a nice little creek below. I don't know how well you can see. But here I am in Felton. Let's see if you can see the creek better now. Looks nice for a swim if it weren't so cold out. But anyway, here I am in Felton, and this is the home of the Roaring Camp Railroad. It's a former logging operation, and it operates historic Shay steam locomotives, and that's what I'm here to see today. So it's like a 30-minute walk down the road to Roaring Camp, where I get to go watch some steam trains. Cool, this is fun. So, after 15 minutes walking along this nice little road, I've sort of arrived at Roaring Camp. This is like the very outskirts of their property. And yeah, train time. So today, according to the schedule, there's supposed to be 3 departures of the steam train. The 10:30, 12, and 1:30, I think. I'm here to see the 10:30 because, well, I had to get up so early. And I just figured it would be easier to beat all the holiday traffic. Ooh, there's the horn. But it's also 10:19, so we'll see if I can still like catch it at the certain points, because I asked my friend the other day about different places that I could go watch the steam train go by, and she gave me a long list of places. So today I'm gonna go check some of them off. So hopefully I can beat the train. So, first on the list of places to check out is up some fire road to see the peak of the 8.5% grade, where the engine will be working hard and blowing its horn. So, hopefully I can beat the train there. I think I said that a few times in the past few clips, but I am cutting it really fine. So the steam train is boarding way down there, but because I'm cutting it so fine, I'm skipping filming it over it at the main station, and instead I'm going to be trying to beat it up the hill. You can see it's a Shay engine. So something interesting about Shay engines is that unlike a regular steam locomotive where there's pistons on the wheels, you can see the pistons are over there, and instead it's gear driven. Because it was gear driven, that helps the Shay engines make it up and down steep grades to get to logs and stuff. You know, because we're in a redwood forest. This is what the trains were for, logging. And interestingly enough, they're also narrow gauge, 3 foot 6 inches instead of the normal standard gauge of 4 foot 8.5. So it actually looks like the fire road might be closed off just a little, so I think I'm going to stick around here and at least watch the train go before trying to explore further and see if it's actually not closed. So that was the train leaving the main sort of station. It's now going to begin its climb up towards Bear Mountain. And I'm just going to walk along this open fire road and see where it goes. So the steam train tour is one of two different trains run by Roaring Camp. The other one is the beach train, which I've featured in a video before. But this the steam train does an hour and 15-minute loop in the woods, and it's basically just like a very slow experience of like what a logging railroad would have looked like. I rode it when I was 7. I was very bored, so that's why I'm just chasing it on foot today. Well, it looks like this fire road was the right call, because here is the grade crossing that my friend was talking about. So right here you can see the absolute steepness of this grade right now. I don't know how well my camera translates, but like, it's steep. You can't even see it yet. You can hear how hard that engine is working to carry it up the hill. So, as you can see, there's the train chugging up the mountain, and there is the sign for Bear Mountain, which is where I'm going, and back down towards Roaring Camp. Now, the next stop that I'm walking to is the switchback slash old corkscrew trestle. It used to be a big fat trestle and then it burned down. So now trains use a switchback, which is where the train goes forward, then it goes backwards, then it goes forwards again to get itself up the hill. This walk has been almost non-stop uphill, so I'm once again questioning why I chose to do this to myself. So, as you can see, there are tracks down there. There are also tracks up there. What this is a switchback. So the train will go that way, and then it'll come backwards up this way, and then again to go that way, and then keep going. This is how the train gets up very steep slopes like this one, without using a corkscrew. I don't know how I'm doing on time regarding beating the train, so I might have just missed it, but still, it's a pretty cool bit of railroad history right there. Oop, never mind, I hear it coming. So it has occurred to me that of every shot I've gotten of this train, I haven't actually gotten the piston side, which is a little bit unfortunate because that's the whole like point of a Shea locomotive. You get to see the pistons move and they're cool. But I'll try to get a piston shot. You can see the train still moving behind me. So Walking further along, this has brought me to the ruins of the old trestle. So obviously walking on the carcass of an old burned down bridge is a really bad idea, so I won't, but here the ground is like relatively solid. Anyway, this is the old trestle trains would use, and it would do a little loop-de-loop to help trains get down the mountain, and now they use the switchback because this one burned down a couple times. There's a little trail leading down from where I was standing. It really shows you how big the trestle once was. It used to carry trains just like the Shea engine, the train that I saw today. And not anymore. You can also see it was a corkscrew because here is the top level. It did a loop, and then down there is where it would have come out. So the tracks would curve all the way around that way. And then down there, barely if you can make it out, you see ties and another trestle. It used to go across that way. So the train is now taking its like halfway layover break at Bear Mountain, and since I'm not hiking all the way up there, I think it's time to start heading back down the mountain towards Roaring Camp itself, where I can figure out what I want to do with the rest of my day. It's only like 11 a.m., so I still have a lot of time to play around with. There's this side path down to the switchback, so I'm gonna go see where it goes. So here you can see the end of one of the switchback legs heading out into the forest there. What we can also see is that this is the old alignment of the corkscrew that I keep talking about. There's the foot of the first bridge. You can see it turns, and then it would have gone across to there, and the little cutout is, and kept going like a corkscrew. "20 minutes later, here I am back at Grizzly Flats. This is the second place that I saw the train go by. I think I've beat the train down, and I'm not about to wait another like 40 minutes for it to climb down the mountain, so I'm just gonna walk back down towards Roaring Camp, like the base area, and see what I do from there. And one thing I thought I'd point out before the train comes is how narrow the tracks are. You see, these tracks are only 3.5 feet wide, but standard gauge tracks are 4 foot 8.5. I'm still tired. But these ones are only 3.6. The tracks here might only be 3'6", but they got a really nice personality. It's okay. And I've made it back to Roaring Camp. You can see here they have some caboose. So right now I'm walking down this little path past the main camp area, seeing if I can catch the train at another place. One last shot before I catch the bus back down towards Santa Cruz. I've been told that at this duck pond, this is where the train will blow out its boiler at the end of the run, and it's very cool to see from afar, i.e. across the duck pond. So I'm just going to be waiting around for that. I think I might miss seeing the pistons again, but you know what, it's okay. Steam trains are still cool from either side. Bit of an update, I have found yet another fire road, so we shall see where this goes. Further along in the redwoods, you can see those tracks, slightly wider. That's the beach train tracks. Those ones go all the way down to Santa Cruz. And up there are the narrow gauge tracks. All these trips to Santa Cruz, all this exploring that I've done has got me really thinking about how, like, I really wish the train still ran to Santa Cruz. Like, the San Jose to Santa Cruz corridor is so used, and yet there's no train servicing it. Any UCSC student can tell you that the Highway 17 Express, the little 40-footer bus that shuttles up and down the mountain every hour, is not enough. It's just really frustrating that, like, the demand for a train is there. The tracks exist. It just needs passenger infrastructure and actual government funding to go through with it. But it's so frustrating to me that, like, instead of hopping on a nice little regional train from San Jose to Santa Cruz and being there in half an hour, I have to cram onto the bus. And like the bus was nice today because I got up at like 8. I got out of the house at 8, but other days, not so lucky. I have a feeling that when I go back today, it'll be packed and full of traffic. Wouldn't have that if we had a train. So it appears that my trek along this little fire road might have actually brought me to an even better destination than watching the boiler get let down. This is the sharpest passenger carrying trestle in America, apparently. There it is. Now, the sharpest passenger carrying trestle might be a very interesting vantage point to see the train from, but I can't actually spy any place that I could like get a good shot, and it looks like I might be losing a race against the train right now, so I'm gonna get back down the mountain and see if I can catch it letting out its boiler at the duck ponds that I mentioned earlier, so let's go. Don't know if you can hear it all that well, but the train's back there in the woods as I am making my way along this fire road, but it's okay, I'm close. I made it to the duck pond just in time because the train is right there rolling behind me. You can hear it. And that's the Shea engine letting off its steam at the duck ponds. And with that, I think I'm going to leave Roaring Camp now and figure out what I want to do with the rest of my day in Santa Cruz. So it's back to the bus stop where I can catch the 35 and either go up the hill towards Boulder Creek or down the hill towards Santa Cruz. Spoiler alert, I'm leaning towards going back towards Santa Cruz. So the train is scheduled to leave like right now. So I think I'm gonna wait around and watch it leave before I head back down towards the buses. I'm finally getting that piston shot. And off it goes back up the mountain while I go down the mountain scavenging for food and caffeine. I don't know where I'm gonna go for lunch today, but we'll find out. Turtles! Their life looks nice. So as you can see, I'm walking past the Roaring Camp shops right now. This is where they fix all the trains, maintain them, keep them alive and running, so they can make the trek up and down the woods. So it's another 15 minutes down Graham Hill Road back to the bus stop to catch the 35, and I've decided I'm going to go back to Santa Cruz. See the Metro Center, get some food, and then decide what I do with the rest of my afternoon from there. So, because I have some extra time before my bus, I decided to pay a visit to the covered bridge. It's a very big covered bridge. Cool. So, now that I've been a little railfan foamer over the steam engine and walked through the covered bridge, sufficiently tired out my legs by doing a 4-mile hike through the woods, it's time to catch the bus back to Santa Cruz. Route 35, have about 15 minutes before it shows up, and then back to the Metro Center for me. Here's one of the buses I rode up. 35, this was 35E. It's a C35LF. Heading up the mountain towards Boulder Creek. So I actually decided to hop off at Scotts Valley at Cavallaro because, well, the simple reason is Scotts Valley has a Pete's Coffee and downtown Santa Cruz doesn't. So I'm just going to hop off here, grab some caffeine, and then continue onwards towards Santa Cruz. Caffeine acquired. Back to the transit center we go. So now that my caffeine has been acquired, still need to get food, so that's what I'm going down to downtown Santa Cruz for. And to do that, hopping on the 17 Express, that'll take me to the Metro Center. Should be here in 20 minutes, but because of the power of editing, it'll be much faster than that. It's not my bus, but it's still nice to fanboy over buses. I miss my youth. So I made it to the Metro Center, and behind me right there is a 1997 D35LF. And I'm going to try to catch a ride on it later because as a 26-year-old bus, they're going to get harder and harder to ride. But I also really need food, so we'll see if I can actually ride it today. So it looks like the Route 4, which is operated using the D40LF, won't be leaving for another 20 minutes. So I do have enough time to go grab some food and then hopefully come back and ride it. Decided to get Five Guys. So now that I got my lunch, it's on to the 1997 D40LF. This is going to be the Route 4. It'll take me to Harvey West Park. Metro yard right now. So that was my ride on the Route 4, which I think it's my favorite SC Metro route now. It actually takes you right through their yard, so I got to see like the buses in the shop, all the buses just laying over. It was really cool. And it was also in a 1997 D35LF. Rare breed. They're gonna be gone soon. But yeah, now I'm here at Harvey West. Just gonna eat my lunch and then walk over the hill to UCSC. Now that I've finished eating my lunch, I found a hiking trail that will take me up and over the mountain to UCSC itself. So I can connect to a bus down there that'll take me back to the Metro Center, and then I can go home from there. So much climbing up today. As you can see, it is warming up, and this climb is almost all uphill. But you know what? The views make it worth it. And the fact that I had Five Guys for lunch kind of means that I, gotta. In no uncertain terms, my legs are going to be toast tomorrow. So, I made it to the top. The view is very nice. And now I gotta figure out how to get across to the bus stops. Just gotta walk across this field. And then the parking lot's up there. Is where the bus stops are. Oh, I made it into the parking lot. Now just a short little walk to the actual buses. But I think this is also the parking lot where UCSC TAPS keeps their Gillig Phantom shuttles, which they aren't running right now, which is very sad, but at least I'll get to see them. Looks like I was wrong about the, oh, there's a bunny. I don't know how we can see it, but there's a bunny down there. But I was wrong about the Gillig Phantoms being parked up here. There's only a Gillig low floor and a cutaway living here for now. The last time I was here, the Phantoms were up here. Interesting. Damn it, I just missed the bus. I'm gonna pretend I'm not mad about that. Because it really is my own fault, but you know what? RIP. Because I just missed the bus by like 30 seconds, as per usual. I'm now stuck here for another 20 minutes, I think, until the next one. Which isn't like terrible, it's just annoying. But yeah, now I'm waiting for the Route 19 that'll take me to the Metro Center so I can switch back to the 17 so I can get home. Not the bus I was going to take, but it showed up anyway, so...
Now approaching Hagar Drive, UCSC, Bookstore, Calvin Speed.
My bus had otters on it. There's another 1997 D35LF. So, one unexpected and crowded ride on the 18 later, here I am at the Metro Center. And now that I've filmed over the 1997 buses a little bit more, it's time to head back. Waiting for the 17, it's gonna take me back to San Jose, so I can hop on Caltrain to get home. I have a feeling that when I go back today, it'll be packed and full of traffic. Wouldn't have that if we had a train. at San Jose Station a full 30 minutes after scheduled arrival. And unfortunately, because it's a full 30 minutes after scheduled arrival, I missed my train. And because it's President's Day, Caltrain is only running once an hour. So right now I was gonna say booking it, but I'm kind of like just walking leisurely towards the 522 bus stop to catch the bus back to Palo Alto, because I would rather do that instead of wait another almost an hour at San Jose. So yeah, you're gonna watch me take the 522 for the first time ever. And because I have the Santa Cruz Metro Day Pass, I actually get free travel on VTA today. So that's underrated perk, I guess. But of course, I am missing the next 522. That's fun. And finally, almost 12 hours of adventuring later, here I am back at Palo Alto. Sure didn't think I would end up here on the bus, but here we are. So, closing thoughts. I thought it was very cool to go see the steam train in the woods. I thought it was I thought it was also cool to go ride the 4 and discover my new favorite SC Metro route in the 1997 bus. Probably won't be able to do that again, given how infrequently I visit Santa Cruz and how they're destined to be gone. Also nice to get those little hikes in. And yeah, good video, good day. Kind of sucks that I wasn't able to take the train home because like my bus was a whole 30 minutes late, but like who can predict that? And also I got to ride the 522 for the very first time, and it was included in my Santa Cruz Metro Day Pass. So pro tip, if you ever buy a Day Pass for Santa Cruz Metro, you can get free VTA travel on it too. But my legs are very tired, so I'm going home and sleeping. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.